Where is Sathya Sai Baba now? By Ms. N. Sohani. One day, I was in a department store, coming down the escalator, when it suddenly stopped. I fell face down and injured my nose. Blood started flowing down my nose and stained my clothes. As I was in this difficult situation, out of nowhere, a young woman appeared. She was dressed in plain brown attire and advised me to hold my nose in a particular way to help stop the bleeding. She said, "Your nose is broken in 3 places. Just hold it like this until you reach the hospital." I thanked her, and she left. I reached the hospital and got first aid immediately. After a day of waiting, they finally x-rayed my head and said, "Your nose is broken in 3 places." Now, I wonder who could diagnose what had happened to my nose better and faster than an x-ray machine with no equipment whatsoever. I firmly believe it was none other than Baba. We have to remember that God can do anything. He can take any form He chooses. He has come to my aid in many ways, just like that over the years. I have had many different experiences where He has revealed who and what He is. It can be any form. He can be the stars. He can be the person next to you. He's unlimited, and we try to limit Him with our minds only because we don't know any better. But when we find Him in our heart, then we experience unlimited love, and that is what He is to me, pure love. But this understanding has taken time to dawn. It has arrived as a culmination of a beautiful journey. Beginnings in the church. I think I went regularly to church even before I was born. As a child, missing Sunday school was not an option. Rain, snow, sleet, and storms could not stop me. Every Sunday, I was there and knew that there was a loving, protective power present. We called Him Jesus at that time. Though I was raised as a Protestant Christian, the concept of Jesus that we learned, in my opinion, was not complete. It was lacking in depth and missing His universal love, compassion, and forgiveness. As I sat quietly and searched inward, I realized that there had to be more. I somehow always felt that we are all connected in some unique way, shape, and form. As I searched for the basis of that feeling, I, too, had the usual questions that many young people have, like, why is there suffering? Why is there hurt and harm? I think that is what led me to Eastern philosophies and the study of the incomprehensible law of karma. The search and discovery. We were a small group of spiritual seekers in Brooklyn, New York, who started sincerely seeking God. We were explorers of philosophies. That was when 2 of our members in that group returned from India with amazing stories. They had met a miracle man, and they shared their profound experiences. As a group, we knew by then that God could be in any form, anywhere. We just had to find Him someplace on the earth. I thought, oh, could this really be possible? Could Jesus have come back? It was divine will and providence that I laid my hands on a copy of Howard Murphy's classic book, Sai Baba, Man of Miracles. While reading it, an amazing miracle occurred. I saw a little Baba and a little Jesus. Right on the book. They graciously merged into one. It was then that I knew for sure that we were on the right track. About that time, many more people in California came back from India with stories of a holy man who could do all kinds of things, from making sacred talismans like rings, pendants, and idols of God to raising the dead. But what impressed me most was that he transformed the heart and did not ask for money. I think that was one of the key distinctions, and it caught our attention. Here was a person who was giving unconditional love like Jesus did, free, at no charge. Sai alone suffices. It was love at first sight when I saw Swami, and soon, we visited Swami whenever we could. In the early 1970s, when the Purnachandra Auditorium was being built, Swami taught me a profound lesson. While visiting Swami, we got the opportunity to participate in the construction of the hall. Dr. Heaslop oversaw the work of the group of devotees from the USA. That was a time when a lot of different gurus were visiting the United States, and we would visit them and attend the spiritual meetings they held. We got to know of one such guru coming to the USA after New Year's Day. I began conversing about this with Reverend Mary. Reverend Mary and her husband had come with us the first time that we went to India. But afterward, only Mary would come with our small group. Even as we were discussing this topic, suddenly, a hush fell around us. There was pin-drop silence, but at that time, the topic was so important that we leaned toward each other and continued talking in whispers. Just as we turned around, Swami was right there. He was standing near us, resplendent in all his beauty, wearing a bright orange robe. As we focused our entire attention on him, he looked into our eyes and said, "I am enough for you." Then, he left us and proceeded to walk over to the Australian group. Mary and I looked at each other and said, "I guess that's the answer." See him in all in him I held a high position at work, and unconsciously, it led to a sense of self-importance that expressed itself in making my clients wait for me to show that I was important. When people would come in for appointments, I wouldn't see them right away. I would make them wait. The next time I was in Prashanti Nilayam, when we were standing outside, Swami told us to come in that morning. When we reached there on time, we were kept standing and waiting. We waited and waited for quite some time, wondering why Swami was not calling us in. After a long wait, a Sevadal volunteer came and asked, "Did Swami call you?" I said, "Yes, he did." He rushed back, and finally, Swami came to the door and called us inside. I had learned my lesson. After that, when I got home, nobody had to wait for me anymore. If they had an appointment, I was available right away. It was another among many lessons he lovingly taught me. No reprimand, no stern action. Just by example. That is His grace for all of us. Sathya Sai's address today. The last time we visited India after Mahasamadhi, he was kind enough to give us an experience of his omnipresence. I don't know how to describe it, but suddenly, we saw that he was in our hearts, in the trees, in the buildings, in everything around us, above us, below us, and within us. And at that moment, after knowing him for over 40 years, I finally realized what he had been telling us all along: find me in your heart, find me in your heart. Where is Swami right now? Right at this moment, Swami is everywhere, including my heart and yours. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that he resides in the hearts of all beings. Ishvara sarvabhutnam hridis Arjuna tishtati. We can experience him everywhere. There's not a time when we don't, and there is no place where he is not, no matter what the situation. Ms. and Sohani.